Good evening, I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the New York City Arena here in Midtown Manhattan for our main event of the evening. 12 rounds. This is a 12-rounder. Here's round number one. Headshot lands, was a hook. Excellent 1-2 by George Foreman. Teddy, you buy a ticket to a George Foreman fight, clearly you want to see one thing.
Yeah, you want to see a knockout, and you're going to see power. And you know you're going to see the ability to catch somebody on both ends, because as dangerous as Foreman is, and as intimidating as he can be on the offensive end, he can be exploited that much on the defensive end. He leaves himself open.
Back to the body.
George Foreman is the personification of a power punch. He is power punching. His opponent says, I can match power with power.
But he can't match power on both sides of the plate the way Foreman can. He can get you out with the right hand and the left hand.
George Foreman's got to deal with a cut cheek. And a good three-punch combo by George Foreman.
Side to side.
Blocks that belt line well.
Nice.
Keep it going. Nowhere close, that punch by bad intentions. Right to the belt line. Good way to protect the midsection. Really a lot of consistency from him with the right hand. Went to the body there, but unable to connect. What a shot, the uppercut from Big George. Last 10 seconds of this first round. And a flush hook lands by George Foreman. And that's the end of round one. Foreman's back in his corner now, probably reflecting on what was a very solid round. Now, he didn't overwhelm his guy with a quantity of punches, but he was so effective with what he did put forth.
Yeah, you're right. You know, a lot of times people think that the muscles that count the most in any sport, and especially in this sport, such a difficult sport, is, you know, the biceps, the physical things that you see, you know, the chest, the back. You know, this guy's got the strong muscle up top, you know, over his shoulders, in between his shoulders, his brain. And that's why he's picking the spots so well. That muscle is serving him to win this fight right now.
Scores big with the hook to the head. Golota's just punching air that time. His opponent was able to get out of the way. George Foreman blocks that punch. Takes one, but gives one. Good work by George Foreman. Able to cover up that gut. Fine work with the left hand. He landed well by George Foreman. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by George Foreman. Teddy, I've heard you say it a million times early on in a fight. If there's any one piece of good advice you can give, it's start depositing it into that bank. Go to the body.
Yeah, because the interest comes later, and you're going to see the payoff in the late rounds.
Not getting it done with that straight right hand. Nice combination by George Foreman. If that keeps up, this is going to be a good night. The right hand scored by Golota. And that does it for this round. Golota's cut is definitely going to be something that's going to cause him problems. That last round really didn't go his way. And round number 3 is underway. Downstairs with a right hand. What a big shot from George Foreman. Scored well with that right hand to the body. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Reaching the halfway mark of this round. Good right hand. Able to bring the hook down low.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I like that step back right there. Just enough to be out of danger, but still close enough to then land the counterpunch.
Well, that's what happens when you have that kind of experience. You're calm enough to know that range. Know where the beginning of the punch and the end of the punch is.
So right from the start in this fight, he's committed to the body shots.
Well, that's the time to go there right at the beginning, because body work pays off for you later in the fight. No sense in wasting time. Get right to it.
Turned that hook over, but couldn't turn it into a connect. And a well-placed counter by Bad Intentions.
Nice. Released. You're in control, right? Got that.
Our first chance to take a look at Teddy's scorecard here as round number 4 is underway. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking one. Right to the body. Oh, he just misses with that headshot.
You got this one. You got this one.
What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by George Foreman.
You're doing great.
Comes right back at him with a left hand.
You gotta protect him.
Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. George Foreman's making for a clinic here in combination punching.
Well, the first couple punches here, Joe, they're throwaway punches to really set up the payoff down the road. You see the third punch, the fourth punch, the fifth punch. They are the ones that wind up landing.
You got this.
George Foreman is such a big physical presence, Teddy, in the ring, almost a hulking presence, and it really aligned with his style in the ring offensively. It was like wrecking ball wide shots.
Yeah, wrecking balls work good when you're knocking over an old building, a tenement that's standing in front of you, but the wrecking ball, it could just swing into the air and hit nothing if you have a slick guy. So it works both ways, you're right. And what you're basically saying is, yeah, he's dangerous, but he's a little crude.
10 seconds to go in the fourth. George Foreman's hit by a right hand. Golota is putting on a display of accuracy, and the punch numbers tell that story.
Still win this
So a fresh round is underway, but is it a fresh fighter? Foreman's corner is hoping so. Based on what we saw at the end of the last round, who knows?
Well, his corner should also be hoping that his opponent across the way doesn't come out here like the executioner to get this over with, because if he does, I think it's over.
Still not moving enough. Move, move!
Well, his opponent is opening up and coming forward, so I would think there's some opportunities that exist.
Yeah, I think some counterpunching opportunities. Opportunities not on the front end, but on the back end.
Still plenty of time to work here in round number 5. Minute and a half to go. Now hugging on the inside. He got hit right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by George Foreman.
Don't stay in one spot. Circle.
That's a good left hand by Bad Intentions. Turns over that hook upstairs. Oh, and they decide to trade there. Look at that combination by George Foreman. That's a big hook to the head by Golota. Double jab by George Foreman. Solid right by Bad Intentions. Protecting his head well with his guard. And that's the end of round 5. Foreman's cut man is going to earn his pay for sure. That is a bad gash.
And I'm wondering what he's using in there. You know, you can only use certain things, Avitine, adrenaline, and thrombin. I'm wondering if he's using illegal things right now, because that's the kind of cut that tempts you to use crazy glue.
Blocks away that headshot.
Keep working the body.
Targeting a left hand down low.
Move your feet.
Staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. Just grabbing onto his opponent.
Come on, side to side.
George Foreman's on the back. Oh! He goes down for the first time.
One, two, three.
Foreman's back up, but is he back in the fight?
We're going to find out in a second whether or not he moves his head. Now, if he just stands there straight and you're the trainer, you better get up on those steps and stop it. He's not right.
And he ties up on the inside. Foreman's feeling the effects now of that hook. Just an excessive amount of holding here. Just much too much clinching. Not able to land the headshot.
Up and down, side to side.
He has his target. He lands a straight right. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. And Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Foreman's out to show everybody that he's fine. But we saw what happened in the last round. He was knocked down in that last round. Does he have to prove something to himself as well as proving something to everybody in this arena?
Well, that's the right question, Joe. He's got to revisit his memory banks a little bit and know that he's already proven it to himself. He's been in this position before, so he has to regain that confidence and understand that he can deal with this. He's done it before.
Scored well with the left downstairs. And now targeting his opponent with the overhand right. That's a shocker to see George Foreman hurt like that. Hey, look at that! A battered George Foreman now has to figure out a way to overcome this.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Foreman's back up on his feet. Now, what will be interesting to see here is how he reacts in the next few moments. Wow! Can he beat the count? I don't think so here, Teddy.
Now I know where they got that saying, falling like a sack of potatoes.
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And it's all over. Golota's bombs away worked again. Knockout victory for him.
By way of knockout, your winner, that is Golota.
Bad intentions is power that we saw throughout the night, building a lead on your scorecard, now ends the night with a knockout victory.